You're listening to the Ask Drone U podcast. You ask, we answer your drone questions. Whether you're here to turn your passion into profit or you simply fly for fun, we're a community of learners and teachers who aspire to achieve greatness. We are
Drone U.
Hey everyone, welcome to another awesome episode of Ask Drone U. My name is Paul.
And I'm Rob, and this is episode number 449. Thank you guys for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Today is going to be a good day. Why? Because we're going to talk about all the new jobs that you can do during the winter. Your drone business is quite cyclical, but here today we're going to be talking about some of the solutions to that cyclical nature. Today's show is brought to you by VideoBlocks. VideoBlocks.com is a subscription-based stock footage website. So if you need B-roll, segue shots, transition shots, or some establishing aerials and a place you just couldn't get to, you've got to go to VideoBlocks.com/drone. Why? Because you can save $50 off an annual subscription. So it's only $99 for 100,000 HD clips. It's actually more than 100,000, Rob, but...
It is more than 100,000, and that's $99 for an entire year.
As many downloads as you want.
That's right. Over $50 off the regular price of $150.
That's 33%.
For non-Drone U listeners.
Anyway, guys, if you are also ready to pull the trigger, you're ready to get your commercial drone license, now couldn't be a better time. Check out droneulive.com to sign up for the next live class in your area. I have to say, these classes really are an experience. They're a blast. They're so much fun. And I can't wait until the next one. In fact, every weekend in November, Rob, I'll be in another state.
That's going to be fun.
It's going to be a little stressful too.
You love to travel.
I do. I do. This is every, I told Sarah, I said, I'm going to be in town every week, which is true, but every weekend I'm going to be out of town.
That's right. I ain't lying. No, but you know what? You're at that stage of life as well where it, forgive me, Sarah, but it kind of works, right? You don't have kids.
Yeah.
You do have a fiance, but there's some flexibility. You're both kind of in that stage of life where you can get out and go a bit. Although I have a feeling you're probably never going to stop getting out and going.
Yeah, I've kind of asked myself that question too. When is it going to stop? But I'm not sure it's going to stop. And I'm okay with that because I love living the drone life. So if you're like me and you're ready to live the drone life too, just go to droneulive.com and sign up for a class. There's limited space available, so please sign up now. Rob?
Yep.
Oh, I was going to say, are you ready to play that question?
Let's do. Everybody's feeling the nip in the air, probably towards the East Coast, Midwest, even more so than we are here, but we're feeling it here as well. So let's talk about getting business in the wintertime.
There's a benefit to living in the Southwest. You know what that is?
What?
Yesterday, do you know how hot it was?
It was like 76, 77?
78 degrees.
Guys, this is a good time to come visit, by the way.
Yeah, if you're ready to do some training, you want to escape the cold, Drone U.
Oh man, October, even into November.
Even into December,
sometimes you get those mid-50s days in December. Mm-hmm. It's pretty sweet.
I would say the coldest time I've ever experienced in New Mexico was negative 20 degrees. But that was like that fluke storm, remember, like a couple years ago?
Yeah, and it lasts a couple days.
Yeah.
And it blows out.
And then it was 50 degrees the next day after that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So
nice little 75-degree swap there.
We're not perfect. No state or city is, but we got some good things going on here.
True. Very true.
Let's talk business in the wintertime.
All right.
Hey, Drone U. Question. I'm from Illinois. My name's Sean. Obviously, Illinois is not a warm state year-round. Is pretty much the drone business, is that just a seasonal thing, or are there any opportunities for the winter months, whether or not there's snow? Just wondering, if you want to get into the drone business, sometimes you want to go full out, but then you can't because you're going to have to find a job in the winter. I don't know. Just wondering. Thanks.
So, Sean, thank you for the question. And Paul, this question actually really excites me because I was talking to actually a realtor friend. I did say realtor and friend in the same breath. And he was talking about how a lot of realtors sort of kind of go into cruise control during the wintertime. And they think, market's just not as busy. I'm going to kind of take the time to do whatever I want. And they kind of they get a little lax. Mm-hmm. He uses that as an opportunity to basically make up ground and think of it in terms of increasing his market share.
Interesting.
Because while everybody else is kind of laying back, he sees that as an opportunity to improve his marketability, just meet more people. So he takes an aggressive stance towards the winter months. And I think drone pilots can look at that the same way.
Well, I think they also have to be a little bit more creative in the jobs that they go after, because you've got to be going after jobs that it's not going to matter what the frame looks like,
Sure.
what's in the frame, what color the trees are in the frame. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about stuff like construction site management, construction progression reports. I'm talking about surveying areas. I'm talking about crime scene reporting. A lot of agencies are now getting into doing these crime scene maps with drones. It's got to be light outside, but that's really helpful. Also, wind turbine inspection doesn't really stop over the summer either. So I know Illinois has some wind farms, and I know that there's a great opportunity out there.
Sure.
There's actually another great one that I've been wanting to go after, but you really have to dedicate this particular job full time: insurance adjusters for housing, disaster areas, just fluke accidents and whatnot. You can have a full time job, $75K a year more. Full time,
and for that you have to be really flexible, because you can get called in the middle of the night.
Yep.
To go with an adjuster to figure something out. I'm exaggerating just a bit, but you have to be very flexible.
Yes, but in that instance, you don't really have an office. Your office is your car. You're on the road all the time.
Yeah.
You get to explore new places. You get to fly your drone in cool new spots. You get to meet new people. And everything changes on a daily basis. Nothing is mundane.
Right. So
if you're a guy who's listening to this podcast and you fly drones part-time, I want you to think about that. I want you to think about your daily routine. Do you wake up and you're excited to get out the door? You're like, oh, here we go again. Because for me, that's one thing I love about this job, is that it constantly changes. My mind's constantly shifting, and it's difficult to stay disciplined and on task, but I wouldn't want it any other way.
Yeah, and I don't want to be idealistic about this, but for example, and I know there are certain parts of the country where this just doesn't apply because, for example, you get a ton of snow or whatever. But like here in New Mexico, it does get cold in the winter.
And it snows a lot here
30s,
too, if
40s,
you live in
50s.
one of the mountain towns.
Yeah. But my point here is, in talking to a couple of roofers that I know, for example, they are constantly telling people, look, yes, it's cold. Yes, it's winter, but we still do roofs.
Yeah.
And so my point is, understand, don't let yourself be lulled into that mindset that business has ceased to exist.
Yes.
Stay aggressive, and again, use that time as an opportunity to go figure out what opportunities they are, because they're there.
Yeah, there are a lot of opportunities there. And again, you've got to be creative in what you're going after. Do I like to go after resort areas in the Caribbean and Mexico in the winter? Yeah. Yes, I do. Does it take a lot of work to get one job from those people? Yes, it does. But, once you get the ball rolling, it's a snowball effect. It just keeps going and going and going. And right now I've got a bid in for some new Starwood resorts. So we'll see what happens.
Very cool. It's very cool. So you're already doing stuff for Marriott, and then adding to that would be good.
Yes, but I will say this, Rob. I think of the winter as a great opportunity to work on your business. So uploading your stock footage of the year, creating your new highlight reel, getting your website back in order, updating everything, focusing on what new clients you want to go after, making those initial contacts, just like your buddy said, while everyone else is saying, oh, well, it's wintertime, blah, blah, blah. Who cares what they think?
Right, exactly.
If you're going to make it on your own, you've got to have determination, motivation. This is why I love this community, the Drone U community, the private one on Facebook, because we just constantly motivate each other so much. I know we had someone get hacked the other day, and they posted some weird stuff in the community, but that was the first time ever in the history of the community that's happened, and I'm just happy it took 2 years.
Yeah, it is going to happen eventually. Those kinds of things are going to pop up, unfortunately. But yeah, I think it's a great opportunity to work on your business, as you said. Get a new perspective. Let's say you're trying to get better at your photography, your videography. You're going to have some different landscapes to work with that I think you could really dig into and have a lot of fun with. I mean, there's some winter landscapes that are incredibly beautiful.
Totally.
And most people probably aren't going to have those to, say, upload to videoblocks.com.
True.
Because they're not going to go out there and film them.
True.
You can.
True.
So you can actually probably stay pretty darn busy in the wintertime.
Yeah. This winter, I'm already I'm trying to take more time away to work on my business. So,
Sure.
it really depends on how hard you work for it, and that's going to determine I mean, this is in the book Grit by Angela Duckworth. It really comes down to how hard are you willing to work for? That is what your success is going to be based off of. So anyway, I hope that motivates you. If you're not motivated, you've got to join the Drone U community, because there's a bunch of guys in this group, very experienced, some guys who've been doing this stuff for 10 years, and just to hear their thoughts and get answers from their questions immediately. It truly is invaluable. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for us today. Again, thank you for listening. If you found the show valuable or you thought there was some good information in it, please share it with someone. Share it on Facebook. Share it in a status. Share it on Twitter. Give us a review on iTunes or wherever you download the podcast. It really helps us out. We really appreciate it. If you leave us a review and you let us know too, we'll send you those swag boxes, which we've got more of, so send them our way. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for me. My name is Paul.
I'm Rob.
This is Ask Drone U.